welcome to Angling For You. Today you join me on a sort of a testing session. We're going to fish 2 islands with pole, about 13.5 metres to my right, which we'll go into in a little bit. But the baits I'm testing today is from a really good lad, Daz Bird. He's got a great company, Monster Baits and Dips, so check that out on Facebook. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a few hooker pellets and some sort of glugs and a dip today. We've got a few different combinations to go through. If you look into the corner of your screen now, a little close-up of those are coming up, should be coming up out now. And yeah, so we've got a selection of 3 different glugs there. So what I've got is a maple and tiger nut, which is this one, and I've got a red velvet, which is like quite a sweet one, and the third one I've got is a fruity one. They're sort of the dips. He does a range of loads, which I'll go through at the end, and when we wrap up the session I'll get them all out onto top of my side tray, and you can have a look at them. And also hooker pots. These are great for just hooking your pellet on, just dipping your pellet in, a bit of extra attraction. The way I'm using the glugs today is that because I'm not fishing, obviously if I'm fishing a method I put it over that. I've put a little bit through pellets as well, which I'll be doing another review on now once I get hold of some of those, to give it an extra add of attraction. And I've put the maple one through that one, and I've got 3 different hook baits to try out with it. And the ones that I've got, the first one is a luncheon meat. Now the glug I've got here, the sort of dip for the hooking pellets, is luncheon meat as well, so probably be using those ones in conjunction with each other and just give those a go today. The other 2 that I've got is a sweet corn style and a mussel, so just gives you obviously they've got a lot more in the range, but it gives you that added pulling power to get the fish, stand out bait wise as well. And it sort of means you can tailor it to sort of the weather. So it's starting to warm up a little bit, so the 3 that I've chose are quite sweet, they're quite active flavours, so you know, wanting them to sort of sense that, and since they're starting to wake up and pick up on that and sort of draw them in, and that's the fingers crossed that's what's going to happen today. So the rig that we're going to fish with today is very light. Obviously the fish, there's some decent stamp fishing here, but the majority we're aiming from is £1 and above. So I've got some double number 4 on, so really light, but allows me to steer them away from the island. The line I've got is 013, and that's down to an 012 hook link. Hook link is about 8 inches, and that's down to a size 20 Drennan hook. And we've got a tiny little dropper which is about 1 inch away from that hook, which is, I'd say it's a number 10 actually. So, and it just allows you to lift any little registrations on that float. We'll have it dotted down where it'll indicate straight on that little shot. And just above the hook link we've got 3 number 9s, and then just 1 number 10 underneath the float, which is sort of a little mini shanty at 0.2, which is obviously going to be great for you know, not too deep. We're talking 2 foot, about 2 foot we're looking at down there, and that's just fishing the bottom of the edge. What we're probably going to find is that as the day warms up, the fish are going to move up the shelf, and we'll end up catching them higher up on the shelf, which then we'll go on to a second rig, which at that time I'll talk you through. So what I'm going to do is change the camera angle, point it to that corner, show you where we're fishing, and I've baited up with just some micro pellets, so it's just soaked F1 pellets, just simply soaked, using the same method that I do if you watch some of my other videos. It's 2 minutes per 2 mil for 2 mil, 4 minutes for 4 mil, 3 minutes for 3 mil, and so on. And we've just soaked those, let them stand for about 15 minutes. We've put some of that maple and tiger nut through them, and I've just potted in 1.5 cups there, left that to stand, and then we're going to give it a go. So what I'll do is I'll change the camera angle, we'll get a hook bait. I think I'm going to go for the sweet corn flavoured pellet first to start off with, and see if we can catch something. So like I've said, we're going to fish about 13.5 metres today. I still like my light hooks, so size 20 on today. I don't usually go higher, 18, 16 absolute max for me really, and that's in summer. I don't tend to go any higher than that unless I'm fishing paste or some silly fish on big venues down the edge. So the first thing you find about these hooker pellets is that they're quite robust. They're not soft hookers, but they're soft enough that you can get the hook through, easy enough to get the hook through, but they're not going to fall to pieces, so they're great for using on a waggler. You know, you can ship out with absolute confidence. So as you can see there, I've just nicked the edge on, all the hooks showing, it's right through the corner of the pellet. It's not going anywhere. As soon as I pick that up, we're into a fish. And like I say, look, you can throw it about, you can jingle it, you can dip it in water, and it's not going to go anywhere. And that's the beauty of these pellets. What I'm going to do is put a little bit of glug on it, which does mean when you ship it out, you try not to dangle it in the water. But as we've gone for, we started with tiger nut. That's the one I'm going to go. So all I'm going to do is just a little bit of tiger nut flavouring on there. Nothing difficult about that. Just give it a little squeeze over there. You can even, if you're going to fish a session and you've got these pellets, then take a few out, 3 or 4 or even 5, or if you're going to think you're going to use them for a whole session, you know, take, you know, a good 30 out, something like that, and soak them in a bit of glug if you want to do it that way. But the good thing of having these little sort of hook pots that Daz does is that you can just dip the pellet straight into that hook pot. So all I've done is just shipped out with that in the air, and I'm just going to lower it in because it's not too deep and I don't want to get any foul hookers really. So I've got a far bank marker and I've got a marker on my leg as well. Into the first fish now, really small fish. It's a small skimmer. Usually find out that they're the first to attack when you're feeding micros. Just a nice little skimmer to start the session. Turn into a bit better fish now. Little carp. It's on the sweet corn flavoured pellet. Sweet corn flavoured pellet again with that maple dip and tiger nut. I've just been trimming these pellets out. This one's obviously a bit acrobatic. Just been trimming these pellets down to a 4 mil. Trimming them down to a 4 mil in size, and seems to be working a treat. It's the first carp of the day. Nice fish, about a pound and a half. Beautifully lip hooked on it. Says 20 hook. So as you can see, a lovely little fish. Let's another one of those corn pellets on, and in fact we'll try a different one actually. Let's go try one of these mussels. These mussel flavoured. And all I've done with that is I've shallowed up a little bit and just come up the bank a little bit, and that's just allowed me to get that that bite. What I've found is getting those silverfish on the corner, on the deck. I've seen a few fish moving close to the island, and obviously that one went straight away. Just going to try this one with a little bit of a fruity base with this mussel. Seems an odd combination, but we'll give it a go. This is the good thing about these dips, you can sort of tailor them to whatever situation you want. We've got that on there now. So fill the cad pot up. Feed. We're just gonna we've come tighter into the point, and that fish literally took it straight away with the corn pellet. But the mussel one again, quite light in colour. I've just trimmed it down to that 4mm size. Into another carp now. It feels a little bit bigger. This one's on the mussel pellet. Going hard for that corner. Sink the tip of the pole. Wait for it to come back. Got the double number 4 up. We've gone down to fishing as close as we can get to the island, really, and as close as we can get to the island, and sort of feeding a little less in the cad pot. And keep lifting and dropping it, but we are quite close to the island now. We're just with this cold weather we've had last night, and I've just felt that the fish have just backed off a little bit and sort of gone into that safety of the banking. But we're into second fish. It's a little bit better than the first one. That's why it's fighting harder. It's a little bit of a little ghosty. Always put up a better fight, and here he comes. Was a little bit difficult from these elevated pegs. What is in the net? And he fell to a mussel pellet. This one. You can see absolutely perfectly lip hooked. It's very, very small, size 20. There you go, it's a lovely fish. It's getting back. We'll get another pellet and we'll see if we can have another fish. I'm very impressed with how they're hooking the fish as well. You know, straight in that top lip, it pulls straight through the pellet, and we're into another fish. Straight through the pellet, and this one's going hard for the island. Let's come back. But yeah, straight in the top lip. And I really are switched on to these hooker pellets now. Calm ones seem to be doing the business. We're going to try a luncheon meat one after this fish. But they are always quite renowned for corn on this venue. Another nice little carp. Safely in the net. And again, absolutely perfectly hooked in the lip. Another nice little fish. Let's get him back. We'll get a meat pellet on and we'll try that. So what we're going to try now, we're going to try that meat pellet, luncheon meat flavour. We've got one of those out there red, so it'll be interesting. We're going to put a little bit of red velvet flavouring on this one, I think. Go with the red. What I'm doing with these pellets is just hooking them right in the corner. And I'm finding that, obviously, because I'm snipping it down, it's getting me the good hook hold that I'm looking for. So we're going to go back on the corn. That one we just foul hooked was on the meat, but we seem to be the meat pellet, but we just seem to be getting that better reaction from the corn pellet today, and it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. It's a corn venue, is this, and I thought that pellet would do well. Plus it's the attraction of the colour, and the glug of choice today is definitely the tiger and maple white one. It's amazing stuff, is that. Really good attraction, instant attraction, and the flavour. The smell of it's fantastic, sweet, obviously goes really well with the corn. It's another thing about just pairing the right sort of thing together as well. So lower that back in the top of that feed. We're into another fish now. It's away on that flat corner again. I know exactly where to go to that open water. It's just a matter of putting an angle on your pole, never point your pole at it, and just sink that pole tip down. Especially when you're on a high bank, it's sort of keeping that angle on the fish. It's taking your time sometimes to get into your top section. And you can strip it down. Nice little mirror cap. a bit bigger than the others. It's this one. Again, absolutely perfectly hooked inside the lip. So let's have a little fish to end the session on, and we'll get him back and we'll go through the rest of those glugs. Right, so what I'll do is I'll set up the other glugs I've got to show you, and we'll have a little look through them and finish the session. Right guys, so you join me down here with all these products that I've got for you, and just a quick brief run through really. As you can see, this pretty much most of the glugs. There may be a few more on the site. There's definitely some more of the dips, and there's definitely more of the pellets, but there's lots of things on there. There's ground boilies, normal boilies, bandams, you name it, there's absolutely everything there, method mix, loads of different stuff. So first and foremost, hit up you know, the Facebook page, and you know, it's great stuff. And obviously we've been fishing with these today, and they've been fantastic. And Monster Baits and Dips is the Facebook name, and you must get on there and have a look. You can get in touch with Daz Bird as well, and he'll be more than happy to give you details on pricing and postage and everything, and obviously put bundles together as well for you if you sort of talk to him about what kind of fishing that you do. So I'll just quickly go through sort of the line of these, and just a few different flavours, so you can look on the website if you want, but we'll just go briefly through these ones. So obviously this one's a strawberry. We've got a mussel flavouring, a hot honey, so like sweet and hot, a winter glow, so again really good in the cold weather, hot as hell. This is the tiger nut maple that we've been using today, which has done really well for us. Bloodworm, obviously, that don't have to go on pellets, that can go in your feed when you're fishing for roach and things like that. Red velvet, again, what we fished with today. This one's a cheese, a smelly cheese, so again a really good one in the summer. A white fang and a fruity burst, again we've used that today. A halibut, which is an old favourite, and another strawberry on there, and a hemp. So there's you know, pretty much covers absolutely everything, and he does majority of these flavours in these dip pots as well. Obviously I've got the luncheon meat one today. He does them in the dip pots as well, so you can dip your baits in, and obviously I've got the sweet corn, the mussel, and the luncheon meat flavour pellets for me today. So big thanks to Daz Bird for obviously putting this together, and he's going to send over some other bits and bobs for us to review, and I'll give my honest opinions on stuff. And you know, I do like my glugs, and this is for the money, you know, better than the, I mean, I love the lavas, but I mean these are just as good, if not better. I can't wait to use them on the method. That'll be a good test of them, but you know, they've been brilliant today in this sort of snap of weather we've had. It's seemed to target those big airfish, and really switch onto it, you know. So hit up Monster Baits and Dips, and Daz will answer any questions you need. Obviously follow us on Angling For You. Again, Daz is on there and posts regularly on there as well, and he's going to sponsor one of his summer events as well, so there'll be lots of these for prizes, which is really good. Join us on the YouTube channels at Angling For You, and you know, it's doing really well. Obviously it's been changed over to Angling For You recently, and we've just been rebranded. So yeah, you know, it's fantastic that you guys are getting so involved, especially the Facebook group with the Members Day. We've got one coming up soon, so have a look on there for that, and some good prizes and things for there. So yeah, hope this has been a helpful video. It's been aimed more towards the bait today, but obviously you've picked up a few tips for fishing to islands, and you know, give these a try. Tight lines.